So hello everyone, welcome to this another video of this channel. I am Abhishek Verma and you have started watching another special video where we are going to announce the release of our next series related to Spring Boot. And from the thumbnail, as you know, it is going to be about Spring Data JPA. So in the upcoming series, we are going to focus on the repository layer. And in the previous series, we focused on the service layer. So without wasting any more time, let's directly get started and see how the series is going to look like and what all things you guys need to do in order to understand the complete series.
So now first of all, let's see the Java developer roadmap. Now you must be thinking that, okay, Abhishek, why you have started explaining us about this if it is about Spring Data JPA? Because again and again, people keep on asking me that, okay, what should be the developer roadmap? Although I have created a special separate video specifically related to Java developer roadmap with full details, but still, since you keep on asking me, so I thought better to add it here in the starting itself. So as a Java developer roadmap, we should be starting with Java. Then we need to proceed with the Maven part because you can't just simply keep on adding all the jar files manually every time. So Maven is important, either Maven or Gradle. Then the next thing is JDBC. Now this is even much more related here because we are going to interact with the database. So JDBC is the minimum basic thing with which Java can interact with the database. Then we have the Hibernate. So you should be good in the Hibernate framework also here. Then after this, you can start directly with the Spring Basics with Spring Boot series. So till now, if you see out of these five, we have made the playlist on all the five things: Java, Maven, JDBC, Hibernate, and Spring Basics with Spring Boot. All the playlists are available. If you haven't watched, believe me, you have missed something very interesting. Now, after this comes the Spring Data JPA. So currently we are on this point. Now you see that I have specifically made this particular playlist in that way only. So we are as per the roadmap only, guys. Yeah. And those who have already watched, they should be accepting this. Yes, we are on the right path. Then once this series will get over, we will be starting with the Spring REST and then we will go towards the Spring microservices. Now believe me, as a normal Java developer, all these things are more than enough for you to survive in the industry. I mean, these are the most common things we see. Beside this, many times there are requirements like JUnit 5. So obviously you need to test your code. Now you don't need to be completely perfect in this, but if you know JUnit 5, it's well and good. Then Mockito is also there. Spring Security is also there. Jenkins is there. Cloud deployment is there for the Spring Boot. Then Docker is also there. Kubernetes is also there. And believe me, we are going to cover even those things also. So if you see, we have covered the initial part. Currently we are on Spring Data JPA. After this, REST, microservices, and then this way we will keep on continuing with this. Now I don't say that, okay, you can learn all these things in one day. Now you just tell me very frankly, can you learn all these things in a 1 day or 1 month or 1 year? It's not possible, guys. If someone is telling you that you can learn everything in 1 month or something like this, believe me, either they are lying to you or they are just making fool out of you. Okay, so neither you can learn all these things in a very short period of time, nor I can make videos on everything in a short period of time. Hence, you need to follow the things and you need to understand each and everything so that you become proficient in that particular thing. Now, if that is clear, let's start about Spring Data JPA roadmap. So this is the thing which we are going to follow in this particular upcoming playlist. So first of all, we will be starting with the video which will be without any database. Now in this video, basically I will be showcasing you the complete kind of a structure only, because the project which I will be using in this particular playlist, it is not going to be a case that I will just create a basic class, I will connect it with database and show you that, okay, see, this is working. That is not going to happen on this channel. When you are coming on this channel, here you will find the tutorial which you can use in your actual project, which is going to be near to your actual project so that you don't find difficulty in the actual project itself. So first of all, we will be starting with the without database. Now those who have already watched my series of Hibernate and Spring Basics with Spring Boot, they can skip this video, because in this one I'm just going to explain you the complete code only. Nothing else. 100% of the code will be pre-written. I'm not going to even write a single piece of code here. Yeah, if you have already watched Spring Basics with Spring Boot, you can skip this video very easily, but at least you can give me a view saying that why you are skipping this, so that will be sufficient for me. Yeah, otherwise you know that we are not going to get views or something, and new comers won't be able to see this. Yeah, then once it is done, then in the next video, the same project we will pick, and in that particular project we are going to add the repository layer. But we are not going to directly start with Spring Data JPA. We will be starting with the Spring ORM. Many times in your project you just need to implement Spring ORM only, and that also can be done with the help of Spring Boot. Now if you have watched my Hibernate playlist, then it is going to be very useful for you, because if you see, Hibernate is going to implement the ORM. So at behind the scenes, we are going to make usage of Hibernate and JDBC here. So that knowledge is going to help you guys here. Then after this, we are basically going to start with the Spring Data JPA. Now Spring Data JPA, we can start directly also. There is no hard and fast rule. Okay, if you wish, you can skip this Spring ORM video and you can directly start with Spring Data JPA video also. But believe me, you can't understand the benefit of Spring Data JPA without feeling the pain of Spring ORM. First, what Spring ORM, see how much amount of hard work we are doing there in order to implement a repository layer, and then see how it is easier going to become in this Spring Data JPA. The dependencies are going to same. That's the most interesting part. You don't need to add any separate dependency for Spring Data JPA. Yeah, and the best part is we are going to follow the Pakistan application, which was same in the Maven also, JDBC also, Hibernate also, and Spring Basics with Spring Boot also. Then once it is done, then we will see how to implement pagination and sorting, again with the help of Data JPA. Now in these two videos, Spring Data JPA, CRUD, and pagination and sorting, you will find that we are just making usage of the default methods which are coming from the Spring Data JPA. I mean, in terms of repository, we are just going to write an empty interface only, nothing more than that. So that is going to be something magical for you. Yeah, but after this, in the real world projects, sometimes it is not helpful that you are just going to make the usage of the default methods. I mean, they are not enough. So I will showcase you that how you can write query by methods. Okay, how you can write your own specific methods that can be done. Then we will see how to query by annotation. That also we are going to learn in the next video. Afterwards, we are going to learn about the transactions. Now, transactions is a very important part. As of now, I have planned only the practical video related to transaction. But under transaction also, there are many more theoretical concepts. Now, if you are interested to learn those theoretical concepts also, then you can tell me in the comments. I will plan to add that also as a separate video, because if I will try to keep in a single video theory plus practical, then it is going to become even much more bigger. That I'm only saying for the transaction, because for that you basically need a separate theory. For others, it is, well, easier. Okay, it is not going to be that difficult. Then afterwards, we are going to see about the criteria API. Now if there is someone who has already watched my Hibernate series, they know that in the Hibernate series also I have explained you about the criteria API. Yeah, so then it is going to be even much more helpful for you if you have already watched the Hibernate video. Here also I will show you how to go with the criteria API. Then after this, now believe me, till now whatever you have seen in this playlist, that is more than enough for anyone to learn in this Spring Data JPA. But the thing is, in this particular channel you will find even those things which are generally not covered by others, but they are important for you at some different points of time. Okay, we never know when it is required. So the next one, I'm going to showcase you how to interact with the embedded database. So in the initial, all the initial videos, we will be making usage of the MySQL. Again, MySQL will be installed on my machine only locally, so I will be interacting with that. But in this embedded database, I will show you that without MySQL or without any other database, how just with the help of only Spring Boot, you can interact with a database which is an in-memory database. If you know the name of that in-memory database, you can tell me in the comments. Then next is going to be even much more interesting. We are going to take this on the next level, because in a single video we are going to interact with the multiple database. Now believe me, when you are working in the actual project, many times it's a requirement that you need to interact with multiple databases. Sometimes you need to interact with the PostgreSQL and MySQL. Sometimes you need to interact with the MySQL and MongoDB or something like this. And then it becomes very difficult because the normal Spring Data JPA is not going to help you there. There you need even more extra things. Then the only thing happens is that you go to Google, then you keep on searching the things. You will find so many tutorials, but maybe half of them are working, half of them are not working. Some of them are old, some of them are not at all working, and all these things. But here you will find that each and everything is being done with the latest demos, and it is going to work for you guys because I'm going to explain each and everything. Okay, here in the multiple database, I can give you a hint. We will be making usage of MySQL plus the embedded database, so both will be used here. Then we are going to finish this series with the help of unit testing. If you remember the Spring Basics with Spring Boot series, we completed at the end with the help of unit testing. At the end, we did the unit testing of what all the code we have written. So here also we will be doing. In that particular series, we were basically testing the service layer. Here we are basically going to test the repository layer. We will see what all extra things or what all basic important things are required in order to test the data JPA layer or the repository layer. Now believe me, these are the things which we are going to cover in this particular series, and all these things you can assume that is going to be a single video. So that means almost it is going to be like 3, then 6, then 9, and then almost 10-11 videos are going to be there. For transaction, if you will say you need a separate theory video also, then it will become like a 12 videos, but believe me, it is going to be helpful for you. Now all these things are more than sufficient for any one of you if you want to work with Spring Data JPA. Still, if you feel I have missed something and it is very important from your perspective, then I will try to add it at the end or maybe in between also, but you need to tell me now. I mean, it is not possible that I will go through almost all the videos and then you will tell me that okay, you should try to add this also. Okay, then it is going to be a bit too late because then we will be planning for the Spring Rest series. Okay, so that's why even these kind of videos are important so that you can give your suggestions. Yeah, another important thing, you need to watch all the videos in order to understand the next video. It is not possible that you just saw one video on pagination and sorting and then in the comments you are going to write that okay Abhishek, it should be better if you write each and everything from scratch. Okay, because believe me, in pagination and sorting, if I will start explaining you that how to write a Java code or how to make a project, then what is the benefit of explaining about pagination and sorting, guys? I mean, when I will explain you about pagination and sorting, if I will just explain you the same thing again and again. Okay, that's why you see all my videos are going to be incremental. The interesting part is all of them are using the Pakistan. So if you have already watched one playlist, next playlist is going to become easier for you. Okay, so the dedicated subscribers, dedicated learners, this is something interesting. Okay, now next, what are the requirements? Okay, so let's try to understand what are the hardware and software requirements. Yeah. So first of all, a desktop and a laptop. Now many times what happens is you guys watch on your mobile phones, and I understand that it's good also. Okay, I mean, it's not possible that every time you will open your laptop or a desktop and there you watch the videos. You just want to watch them maybe while you are traveling or doing something. Okay, and that's fine. But whenever you are coding basically, or I'm showcasing something big to you with the help of code, it's always better to watch on the desktop or laptop. I mean, from my side, believe me, I try to keep the text font size as maximum as possible so that it's easier for me also, as well as easier for you also to read. But still, most of the times what you guys do is you watch it in the mobile phone and then you tell me in the comments that okay Abhishek, the font size was very small. Okay, believe me, that won't work. Okay, because like even I'm making on the laptop, so if something is visible to me and if you also will watch on the laptop or a desktop, believe me, it is going to be almost similar. I do understand many times I go with a very small font size, but then I try to enhance it and I try to use a font size which is easily visible to you. I will be using Windows 11. You can watch it in any machine, Windows or a Mac OS. Okay, and sometimes if you wish you can watch it on mobile also, but do practice on the laptop and desktop. Practice is going to be very important. Next thing is going to be JDK. Now it is not possible that you are going to learn about Spring Data JPA, you want to work with Spring Data JPA, but you don't have JDK in your machine. So it should be there. Now in these videos, since this is the latest video, till now we were making usage of JDK 17. Even the Spring Basics with Spring Boot, if you remember, that was with the help of JDK 17. But specifically for these upcoming videos, I have downloaded JDK 21 because this is the latest long-term support version. JDK next long-term support version will be releasing next year. So before this, believe me, we will be finishing these videos, so that is going to be simpler. Okay, now in case you will say that, okay, I don't want to upgrade myself to JDK 21, then you should be having minimum JDK 17. Why I'm saying JDK 17 is, the reason is that if you will, basically I will be showcasing you that how you will go to a particular website and you will be making a project from scratch. Nowadays, if you will make a Spring Boot project from scratch, then it is only going to support JDK 17, 21 and 23. It is not even allowing you the option of 11 and 8. So that's why I have mentioned there 17. If you have already working on some project and that is making usage of 8 and 11, you just want to add a dependency, then 8 or 11 are also fine. Yeah, but mine is 21, so if you wish, you can plan to upgrade. Next one is IDE. So I will be making usage of Spring Tool Suite 4 here because I like it in the dark mode. But if you wish any other, then also it is fine. You can make usage of Eclipse, you can make usage of IntelliJ, you can make usage of Visual Studio Code. Now many of you tell me in the comments that, okay, you should be using IntelliJ. Believe me guys, it doesn't matter. All these are just IDs only. If you know how to make usage of IntelliJ, if you know how to run a simple code in IntelliJ, you will be able to run this code only. You only need to understand the theoretical part. You only need to understand why I have done this kind of configuration. Only that is going to be new. It doesn't matter whether I make usage of STS or IntelliJ. It is just a personal choice here. Okay. And my favorite theme is dark theme. You can tell me which one is your favorite theme. Then next one is git bash. Now why is it required? So that you can easily download, you can easily take pull of the code which I will be sharing with you on the GitHub. So after every video, I will keep on uploading the code, each and everything on the GitHub, and for you it is going to be easier if you can take pull of it. So for that, git bash will be helpful. I have just saw the version and mentioned here. You can make usage of any latest version, it is going to work fine. Now next thing, the database server. So in this video, since we are going to interact with their database, so it is not possible that you are going to work it without any database. Okay, it's important. So basically for this video, even for the MySQL, I have taken the latest version 8.4. That is the latest stable version for MySQL. For you, MySQL 8.0 will also work fine. Don't make usage of MySQL 5. That is very old. Okay, so try to upgrade it to MySQL 8.0 or 8.4 basically. In case if you are comfortable with PostgreSQL, you can make usage of that also. There is not much difference when it comes in these kind of tutorials to MySQL and PostgreSQL. The only difference is going to be a dependency change and a little bit in the configuration that I will just tell you in the video itself. It's not a big deal. Most of the logical things are going to remain same only. Then next comes the database GUI. So the first one was server, next one is GUI. For GUI, if you say that you are working with the MySQL, so many times when you install MySQL Workbench also you install. Many times when you install PostgreSQL, you install PG admin also. Okay, but then it becomes difficult. If I will show you MySQL Workbench and someone is working with PostgreSQL, they will find it little odd. So in order to release that confusion, what I have done is I will be making usage of dbeaver. With the help of dbeaver, you can interact with the MySQL also, as well as the PostgreSQL also, and even any other relational database. And also, believe me, it is going to be free of cost like any other community version. And it is much more, I found it much more feature rich as compared to MySQL Workbench as well as PG admin, as well as it is lightweight also. Plus I'm getting my favorite dark theme here, which I was not getting in the MySQL Workbench. Yeah. Then next is the patience. Now this is one of the important software which you also need to have, as well as I also need to have. Okay, I mean, you need to be patient. I have showcased you that all the videos which we will be having in this particular series. Okay, so you need to be patient enough. Some videos are going to be even something like 1 hour long, but believe me, you need to understand that you are learning something big. It's not something that you are learning how to write a hello world in Java. that you can learn in just 5 minutes or something like this. Some things are going to be even much more difficult. So you need to give your more time, you need to be patient enough. Then you need to have a dedication. It should not happen that you are only watching one video, then you are skipping all the videos. Believe me, then you won't be able to learn much. Okay, at least you should be able to watch the videos till query by annotation. Okay, so see, half of the videos I'm saying query by annotation. The rest of the videos, you don't want to learn how to interact with multiple database, it's your wish. You want to learn about transactions, it's your wish. Okay, but at least try to learn minimum till query by annotations. Then the next one is support. Obviously you need to support me. Okay, like many times what people feel is that they feel that okay, someone else will comment, they will support him, but guys, that doesn't happen. Okay, if you like the video, you only need to comment, you only need to like the video, and you only need to share with your friends, so that we can get more views, we can get more subscribers. Okay, now believe me, even after getting that much amount of subscribers, that much amount of views, YouTube is not going to pay me a huge amount. Okay, my company where I'm working regularly, that is going to pay me even much more than the YouTube. Okay, but what happens is when I release a video after doing that much amount of hard work, after making so much amount of code and everything, like many times errors happens, and my goal is that whenever I release any video, I showcase you each and everything, so that you don't waste your time in just identifying those errors. You should be getting the exact complete configuration, guys. Okay, so if you feel that I'm actually doing hard work in order to support you, in order to support myself, then for you it is just going to be simple. You just need to subscribe the channel, you need to like the video, and on whatever the platform you wish, you need to be my mouth. Okay, here you only need to support me. I'm not having any PR team who is going to provide me the financial support in promoting the videos and something. Okay, I only want support from you, so that you share it on different platforms and we get more number of views, more number of subscribers, so that basically we can increase our community, guys. Yep, that's the main goal here. Now next, after these requirements comes the prerequisite. So in terms of prerequisite here, this is the knowledge prerequisite. So first of all, basic Java. Now it is not possible that anyone or of you are coming from a college, you will directly say that okay, I want to learn Spring Data JPA. Never ever possible. You need to have a basic knowledge of Java, and this you can get from any college book. Believe me, that's very easy. Next one is advanced Java. That is also very important. You should be aware of Java 8, all the features like lambda, stream, local date, then exception handling, collections framework. I have shown each of these things in the playlist on my channel. If you haven't watched, still believe me, that is your mistake, that you are not watching them. Everything is already available there. You will tell me in the comments, I want to learn about lambda. It's already there on my video, guys. Yeah. Next thing is Maven. So the moment you are making usage of Spring Boot, internally it's either making usage of Maven or Gradle. So Maven videos are also there. Okay, then JDBC. Now JDBC, you see, I have said it's not mandatory. So if you know about it, if you have watched my videos, if you have watched my playlist, it's good. If you don't, if you say I don't have time to watch the JDBC, you can skip that part. That's fine. But these things were important. Next one is Hibernate. Hibernate is a mandatory thing here, because here I will be making usage of Hibernate annotations. I will be creating entities. I will be creating tables. I will be doing one-to-one mapping. I will be maybe doing one-to-many mapping also. I won't be able to explain each and everything from scratch, because I have already made, I guess, around more than 25 dedicated videos in the Hibernate playlist, guys. Okay, so you need to watch it there. It's not possible to repeat each and everything here. Next, Spring Basics with Spring Boot. Here, I'm assuming that you know how to make a basic Spring Boot project. You can't comment that, okay, Abhishek, you should be explaining us how to make a Spring Boot project first. I have already made a playlist of more than 20 videos, each and everything from scratch. Okay, so believe me, you need to watch that. Again, as an example, if I wish to explain you about criteria API, how can you expect that first I should be explaining you how to write a Java code? That's not possible. Okay, and even you will get bored if I will start doing that particular thing, guys. Okay, so some of the part is going to be always pre-written, and whatever I will be showing in the thumbnail, only that part you will see I will be coding from scratch in the video itself. Yeah. Then JUnit 5. So at the end, you remember, we will be having a unit testing video also. So I will try to explain whatever is required, but still, if you know about JUnit 5, it is going to be good enough. For this, you can watch any YouTube video from any YouTuber. I don't mind, because currently you don't find this on my channel. Next one is Mockito. Again, this is optional, but a good to have from any YouTuber. Okay, all other playlists are already available. Yeah? Next thing, when are we going to start this particular series? So this series we are going to start from 6th of November 2024. On that day, you will see the very first video that is without a database. Now you will okay, and then after every Wednesday and Saturday at 8 p.m. you will see a new video. So that means 2 videos every week. Okay, and believe me, that is the maximum I can do, because beside making these videos, beside creating codes, beside creating demos and videos and editing those videos, I also need to work in a particular company for full time, which is basically paying me a good salary. That's a product based company. Yeah. Then next thing, in the meantime, now some of you may say that, okay, Abhishek, then what we will do till 6th of November? Believe me, you don't have enough time till that, because if you haven't watched the Hibernate series, if you haven't watched the Spring Basics with Spring Boot series, it's the best time to watch those series here, because in this particular playlist you will basically need the importance of Hibernate as well as Spring Basics. If you haven't watched them, believe me, it is going to be much more difficult for you to understand this series. Okay, or you will find lost somewhere in between. Yep. So because I'm not going to explain those things again and again. Then next, beside this, from my side also, even if you say that, okay, Abhishek, we have already watched those videos, then what we should do? Okay, then I will be releasing some download and install videos in the upcoming weeks. So I will be showcasing you that how to download and install Java 21. Yeah, so currently I was having Java 17, I have upgraded to Java 21. I have created a video. I will be creating a video on Spring Tool Suite 4 also, how to download and install, MySQL community server also, the latest version 8.4, as well as the dbeaver also. So all these videos I have already showcased you the timeline. The video will be released on 8 p.m. always only. Okay, so even if you say that, okay, Abhishek, we have Java 21, we have STS, we have MySQL, we have dbeaver, we have everything, we just want your those videos. So believe me guys, those videos will get started on 6th November only. Before this, if you wish, these videos are going to be hardly like 10 minutes each. So at least give me some views so that I have some watching hours, some views, some likes, some comments, and some shares. Okay, I mean, even if you will just comment that, okay, I want to skip this video, that is also fine for me, but at least comment something. Okay, so that YouTube recognize. Currently most of you say that, okay, YouTube is not showing your videos because you guys only are not commenting on those videos. So how will YouTube understand that these are good videos? It is up to you to make them as the good videos. My job is to make something fruitful for you, but it is you who will be deciding whether it is actually fruitful or it is just a waste of time for you guys. Okay, and believe me, if this series is going to become a success, then only we will be going further with the next series. Currently on our channel we are having almost like 6800 subscribers. Let's have a goal to make it like 10,000 subscribers till the end of this year. We still have 2 months, November and December, so please support me. Our target is 10,000 subscribers till the end of this year. Let's try to do that. Okay, let's show the Java power here. Thanks everyone, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.